We've come too far to fail now, because you don't have the stomach to bring this home.
So it may be difficult for the T. Ocellus to possess a xenomorph, because it has no eyes. Isn't it strange to anyone else that this parasite has stolen the spotlight in alien Earth? This creature has shown that it is tough enough to stand up to a xenomorph, but it can't take over its body since the alien has no eyes, but the predator does. I'm a Gloomy Geek, and in this video I'll be talking about whether the T. Ocellus can possess a predator. Although we haven't yet seen the predators in the new Disney Alien canon, we know that Weyland-Yutani is still part of the Predator universe thanks to the Predator Badlands trailer, so it might not be too long before we see the Yautja face off the Xenos again in a new and hopefully good Alien vs. Predator movie. Amidst the battle between megacorporations and alien creatures, a new opponent has arrived. The one-eyed Ursula from space, who is an unprecedented danger to the universe. One of the most intriguing questions left by this encounter between the T. Ocellus and the Xenomorph was how the eyeball was able to call in the same frequency or language of the Xenomorph. It wasn't a simple roar or instinctive sound, but rather a call, a communication, something that, for the moment, only an advanced synthetic hybrid can duplicate. But what makes the T. Ocellus special is that it didn't have to learn the frequency. It spoke it instinctively, as if it already knew the language. The call was direct. It was a challenge, like if someone calls your name and challenges you to a fight. Does this reveal that T. Ocellus and the Xenomorphs share a common origin? Maybe the eight-legged freak can simply intercept and dominate the Xenomorph's communication frequencies. In either case, the message is clear. This is not a random encounter. These are enemy species who have fought before. But how was the T. Ocellus able to speak the Xenomorph language? It's been mentioned on several occasions that this creature is as intelligent as humans. And the creature does seem to have a level of self-awareness and possibly has an agenda or vendetta. If the eyeball is as intelligent as us, it could come from a civilization of a close or equal level as ours, maybe even superior to ours. If so, this civilization would pose a threat to the predators. The predators are an ancient alien race of hunters that have traveled to Earth for millennia as part of their hunting rituals. They build arenas or pyramids to test their skills against the galaxy's ultimate weapon, the Xenomorphs. The Earth became a veritable training ground for the Yautja civilization. The fight between predators and xenomorphs is basically like watching a human squash a giant cockroach. Yes, the xenomorphs are terrifying. Even in small numbers, the aliens can get lucky kills on the Yautja warrior or hunter, but for the most part, they haven't posed much of a threat to the predators or their home planet. But another species may have a better chance of confronting the predators. What if the Yautja were to be at war with a T. Ocellus species? The danger level is obviously high for the predators, because they have eyes, 2 of them in fact, thus making it easy for the eyeballs to take over their bodies. Imagine an army of those things, zombified predators roaming the galaxy. If you didn't know, the T. Ocellus can amplify the strength and agility of its host. Predators are stronger than humans and Xenos by nature, so a legion of possessed Yautja that are stronger, faster, and feel no pain would be a nightmare come to life. We don't know the exact age of the eyeball that was captured by the Maginot, but it is incredibly intelligent and easily adjusts and adapts to any situation. As I've mentioned in my previous video, the T. Ocellus seemed to have wanted to exterminate the Xenomorphs. It had a chance to kill the crew member, Yautja, after it took control of Schmel, but instead, it called for the Xeno and attacked it, and the Xeno reacted as if it were afraid, like it recognized its natural predator. Back on planet Earth, on Prodigy Island, we can't rule out that the eyeball is looking for a way to return to its homeworld. In addition to the human-built ships on the planet, we know that there are predator ships buried on Earth, which would be bad news if the eyeball were to find one. Now, if the eyeballs are the greatest threat in the universe, were the Xenomorphs a weapon created by the Yautja to fight the T. Ocellus? If you think about it, the Xenomorphs would be the perfect weapon against the eyeballs, because they have a natural advantage against them. Xenos have no eyes. They have no eye sockets. And if an eyeball attempts to dig its tentacles into the Xeno's head, their acid blood would melt the wicked little cuttlefish. If the predator were to be at war with the T. Ocellus, unleashing the Xenomorphs would have been the most effective strategy. Now, is there a chance that a predator could make an appearance in Alien Earth? Maybe. Predator Badlands will release in theaters after Alien Earth's first season ends, so something could happen in the season finale that leads into the Predator movie. Or the movie could have an ending that leads into the second season of Alien Earth, which has already been confirmed that it's happening. However, a battle between T. Ocellus and the Yautja warriors is so big, it deserves its own movie. Unlike the aliens, whose story seems to always revolve around others trying to use them, T. Ocellus' story could be much more complex, stemming from an ancient rivalry between them, the Xenos, and the Predators. So what do you think? Who would win in a fight? A predator or an eyeball? Will we ever see a zombie predator? I'm a Gloomy Geek, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Mr. President, this is a photograph of the alien from the movie Alien. This is what you could end up looking like if you eat some of the raw, frozen shrimp being sent to the United States by other countries.